Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we get to talk about the future of Grand Theft Auto Online, how many DLCs we have left, when our update's going to be ending, do we have any more content left in store, and a whole lot more. Now, before we jump into any of this, I just want to say that all of this information so far is strictly just rumors. None of it has been confirmed. It was an article on Yan's site, so if any of this is wrong or changes or is incorrect, you guys know who to talk to, but we're going to be discussing this today, and hopefully it gives you a better idea of what we have left and what we can expect this year and beyond for Grand Theft Auto Online. So the general consensus of the article is that Grand Theft Auto Online updates are going to start slowing down sometime soon. I know a lot of people ask me almost every single day, what's coming next for Grand Theft Auto Online? When's the next DLC going to be happening? In fact, my last Q&A video yesterday, that was the majority of the questions. A lot of you guys were talking about, what's coming next? When is it going to happen? A lot of people are always hyped for whatever is coming out next in Grand Theft Auto Online. So according to what's been heard so far, Grand Theft Auto Online updates are going to start slowing down this year in 2017, and then are essentially going to stop around the time of Red Dead Redemption 2's release, which at this point we only know is fall of 2017. There isn't an exact release date. And I know many people have talked about this. I've talked about it as well. What would Rockstar do for like their grand finale and DLC for online? I said in my Q&A video yesterday, I think it would be awesome if they turned GTA Online into like a sandbox mode for the last DLC, where they open up all the interiors, they kind of like strip down all the rules. I think it could be really, really fun if they did that. But the rumor is that import or export, the update that we just got, was supposed to be the last update for Grand Theft Auto Online. According to Rockstar's original plans, that's what it was supposed to be. Import or export was supposed to be the big final update for online. That's why this one felt, I guess, so different and was such a huge DLC that featured the addition of CEO garages, so many different Benny's vehicles, and a whole lot more. So the article goes on to say that we're obviously 3 years out from the release of Grand Theft Auto Online. It's still bringing in a lot of money, and Rockstar's boss, Take-Two Interactive, wants Grand Theft Auto Online to keep producing updates because Grand Theft Auto Online is making a lot of money. Obviously, at the end of the day, Rockstar and Take-Two are a business, and their end goal is to make money. And the rumor is that Rockstar are out of ideas and resources at this point and don't have the developers and manpower to keep making brand new updates. So what happens with this is they're forced to make more updates, but they're going to be smaller in scale and they're going to have less creative elements to them, possibly reusing content from previous updates, using them in a different way. And I kind of think we've already started to see that with the CEO system. With Finance and Felony, that kind of spawned the Bikers motorcycle group, and then from there you got the addition of Import or Export, which basically used the same system. Now the article also goes on to explain, what does out of resources mean? Well, apparently Rockstar is now divided into 4 parts as of right now. You've got some people working at Rockstar San Diego, which is primarily responsible for Red Dead Redemption 2. Some people are working on the next Grand Theft Auto game, likely GTA 6 or whatever rendition they're going to call it. Some are working on another title, assuming another AAA game from Rockstar, and then you've only got a few people left to work on Grand Theft Auto Online. So go back to 2013, where you had 4 times the amount of people working on Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online, and now you have a fourth of that, and doing the same amount of work would just be impossible. So to give you guys the long story short here, apparently if nothing changes, and if this information is correct, which at this point it's just all rumors, we shouldn't be expecting any more big updates for Grand Theft Auto Online, just some stuff to keep it alive, but nothing more. Okay, that is very interesting, and it obviously has a lot of people wondering, well, is this the end of big DLCs in online? Was import and export it? And if that is the case, that could be absolutely insane. Would import or export be the end of the big DLCs in online? And now going forward, are we just going to be starting to see things like event weeks or DLCs that they've already added into the game, like the holiday updates or the surprise themed updates? And now that we've got that information out of the way, what I want to talk to you guys about now is kind of some reaction from the community, but also kind of what this means. So one of the big things is, well, does this kind of sentence the end for a map expansion or a single player or story mode DLC. And a lot of people are thinking that yes, that is the case. Now, there's a lot of conflicting information here, which is why I'm kind of hesitant to believe all of this, because if you recall back to a couple months ago, number one, the rumor was that DLC was supposed to be ending in spring of 2017. Well, this information that we're getting today contradicts that. Also, from a couple weeks ago, it was rumored that the single player DLC was starting to get ramped back up again. But once again, this information might kind of contradict that, even though the focus was on Grand Theft Auto Online. So like I said, there's a lot of different moving parts here. So that's why I want to just give you guys this update, because I think it's important, but you should also take it with a grain of salt. Now, this bit of information comes from FunMW2. He's responding to someone that's talking about, what happened to the single player based DLC? Did they just start pouring all that content into online? And FunMW2 said actually Heist used some of the content from the single player DLC, so it has to do with the Benz. Now, when he says the Benz, he's referring to Leslie Benzies, who was once the president of Rockstar North. But that actually is interesting. So it seems as if Rockstar might have scrapped the single player DLC and might have just included different pieces of it into various online updates, whether that's ill-gotten gains or Heist, or maybe even something we got recently like import or export. Now, since the article says it looks like we won't be getting a lot of big updates, it kind of begs the question, well, what will Rockstar start doing? Now, FunMW2 believes that Rockstar are going to start adding a lot of Benny's vehicles within the next couple of updates. I mean, we started to see that with import or export, where basically all of the hidden vehicles were on Benny's sites. I mean, I guess that's easy for Rockstar to produce, and it honestly wouldn't surprise me if we saw a bunch of custom variants of vehicles that are already into the game, like the Comet, or we start to see a bunch of retro versions like the Elegy or something else along those lines, where they're strictly vehicles that are in the game, and then you turn them into kind of classic elements. I've got a lot of great ideas for vehicles that would work like that, and I'm sure Rockstar do as well, and this would be great, easy content for them to keep adding into the game. He also states, I wonder if this is why they have started to introduce new events that last for 2 weeks since they're out of ideas. Ever since the new year, Rockstar have been doing 2-week event weeks. I'm guessing this isn't so they have to update the tunables as often, and so that they can let the bonuses and discounts ride out a little bit longer. And FunMW2 kind of follows up by stating, and he's talking about anyone here who thinks they might not believe this or think it might not be true. He says, actually, it should be obvious without Ian saying it. They have a new game in development. It would take lots of developers to finish it and reduce the amount of bugs. If problems start to occur with Red Dead Redemption 2 development, they will delay planned or announced Grand Theft Auto Online update for the sake of getting that team to fix the problem while the original team keeps developing the game. So bottom line is this should have been obvious, but the article that was written has just kind of re-sparked the interest in when Grand Theft Auto Online is going to be ending, because unfortunately it is looking like there is going to be a time where this online update cycle is going to be coming to a close. Now, to me, this is kind of disappointing, because I think there is a ton of amazing ideas left for Grand Theft Auto Online, whether it's an off-road theme, whether it's a military theme, whether it's nightclubs, whether it's muscle cars or anything along those lines, or whether it's reusing some of the old cut weapon content in the game. There's like a SCAR rifle, an HK-21, an assault sniper, kind of like an M110. You've also got a programmable AR. There's things like the fire axe and the fire extinguisher. So there's a lot of things that didn't make its way into the final copy of the game that Rockstar could still use. But I think the tricky thing here is the balance of resources that they have, which is developers, the time in which they have left till the next game, which is Red Dead Redemption 2, and also the ability to make something work. It's super easy for us to shout ideas that would be super awesome, but it's another thing for the developers to get them to work seamlessly into the game without a bunch of issues. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. When do you think is going to be the end of Grand Theft Auto Online DLCs? Do you think they're completely going to stop after Red Dead Redemption 2 releases, most likely 2018? And what do you think we're going to be getting in 2017? Are we going to be getting the regularly scheduled updates? Do you think this rumor is true, where we're not going to be getting any big ones anymore, and for the most part we might be seeing DLCs that they've already added into the game, like the Valentine's Day stuff, the Independence Day stuff, Halloween, Christmas? Or do you think we're going to be getting various small updates, like a couple new Benny's vehicles here or there, maybe some new clothing and some new weapon? In my opinion, it almost seems as if we went up the mountain and now we're going to be going back down in terms of DLCs, where we're going to be going back closer to the content that occurred on last generation, where there was more of a focus on really the tangible things, just like cars and clothing and weapons. So I wonder if we're going to be doing that. Now, finally kind of wrapping up things today, and speaking of Leslie Benzies, who we mentioned earlier, he was the former president of Rockstar Games. He's actually launched 5 brand new companies, and it almost seems as if he's creating a Grand Theft Auto competitor. Now, none of this has been really officially confirmed because this article and information came out just a couple of days ago, but some of his companies that he's created are Royal Circus Games Limited, Starship Group, and Everywhere Game Limited. And one of the first games that apparently he's created, he's trademarked a title called Time for a New World, and he's also got the hashtag TFANW. So I'm not entirely sure what this is, but it looks as if it has a heavy focus on virtual reality viewing. So I'm not sure what Leslie Benzies is doing, but once again, he was the producer of 8 Grand Theft Auto titles, and obviously one of the most successful video game developers of all time. So it'll be interesting to see, number one, what he's doing, but number two, how Rockstar moves on without him, because he was the mastermind of so many ideas in the Grand Theft Auto franchise, and including Grand Theft Auto Online. Remember, that was his idea, and he's no longer there. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But really, that's all the information I have for you guys in this video today. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy. I know this is going to be a crazy discussion-heavy video, so let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments section down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy the video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. I'm going to be doing a super fun Grand Theft Auto Online live stream coming up here in a few hours on my channel, and this is a theme that you guys have been requesting for a while now, so hopefully you do enjoy. Should be a blast, and it should be really fun. But without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.